now being recorded. Thanks for jumping on. Really excited to see you guys. Monday, brand new week and brand new month with some incredible insights to share with you. Just going to quickly share my screen and we'll jump into today's training. So for those who don't know, welcome to ABC Mondays. This is all around the structures and systems to build a Healy business. A lot of these recordings are actually found in our 10K group, which is Quantum Hack, how to quantum hack your first 10,000 euros. To know where that group is, I'll just quickly share my screen. This is the group here, if you're not in it already. They've actually changed a few things here. So at the top, it's called guides, not units. And so in the guides, you'll find all the recordings. If you click on this, you've got our website, team training, as well as all these ABC Mondays from the very beginning, which was around the foundations, to skill 1 to skill 6. And today we're going to be talking about skill number 7, which is all around inviting and promoting events. In here, we also have a social media masterclass. If you want to learn to build your own personal brand through Facebook, we've got human design in here, money mindset training, a lot of recordings from over a year ago with a lot of the recordings from our team and their trainings. So if you haven't dived into this group, I highly recommend it. Or please remind your team, tag them, let them know. There's just so much training in here. So with that said, we're going to jump into this. Skill number 7. Cool. And I'm just reading some of these comments now. Everyone's tuning in. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing. You guys are in lockdown, but you're here anyway, so that's good. Appreciate it. So skill number 7, what we're going to cover today is what is known as the highest paid skill in network marketing. So if any of you are wanting to build a financial freedom within Healy, this is definitely one of the most important skills. A philosophy that I like to stand by, a really nice kind of belief system. When anything gets challenging, I always say to myself, this is easy, this is simple, this is fun. So if you guys want to just say it out loud to yourselves now, this is easy, this is simple, this is fun, put a big smile on your face, take a big deep breath in and out, and let's get started. So we're going to cover skill number 7, promoting events. We're going to talk about why events. We're going to talk about the 5 beliefs, the types of events that we can invite people to. We're going to talk about who wins the most in this business. We're going to do some math and look at some number crunching on events and bringing new people to events. And we're also going to talk about why people cannot attend and what to do about it. So if someone gives you like, hey, I don't have enough time, what do we do about it? And also some other tips with that as well. And so before we jump into the training, I'd love us all to kind of just center ourselves. And if you feel comfortable, close down your eyes, and we'll just do a couple of deep breaths in and out. If you're driving, obviously, please don't do this. But if you're at home, would love to just drop in with you guys and tune in, because at the end of the day, we are in the energy game, and I think we'll all get a lot out of this if we're even more connected. So I like to close my eyes down. If you'd like to too, go for it. So when you're ready, shake off the morning and breathe all the way in. Through your nose if you like, and even hold at the top. And then exhale really, really slowly. Just do 2 more of those in your own time. Breathe all the way in. Thank you guys, thank you team. So my intention for this next about 50 minutes is to share with you some strategies and insight and concepts that will help you become even more influential within your own team And at the end of the day, it's our ability to communicate, it's our ability to influence that really can be the difference between someone jumping into this or someone not jumping into this. And so I'd really like to give you guys some tips and strategies on how you can show up even more authentically, get a bit more of an idea on why events are so powerful, and to get you guys excited for what's to come. And that's my intention. I'd love to know what your intention is. I know a lot of you are new. Some of you have jumped on here for the first time. Some of you have been here every single week. So welcome back. What would be your intention just for the next 50 minutes? What would you like to learn around events? Have a think about it, write it down, put it into the chat. That'd be awesome. Before we jump into this though, I'd love to take you through a quick little game, so to speak. So these are the 8 skills. These are what we've been covering over the last now 7 weeks. 1 more week to go. We're going to talk about the last skill, which is self-care. But these are the 8 skills. And so what I'd like to do is actually do a bit of an exercise and ask you guys, where do you sit on a scale of 1 to 10? And so on a scale of 1 to 10, and maybe if you're not familiar with these skills, please write them down, because there aren't 100 or 1,000 different skills that we have to learn to be good at this. There's only 8. Actually, there's 7, but I added self-care in there because it's really important to look after our own mindset and our body and our spirit. So let's play this little game. Write these down really quick. On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you find yourself in the area of finding people? How competent do you feel? 10 would be, I'm so easy to find people. 0 would be, I can't find people at all. So everyone jump into the chat or add these up. And the whole idea is over these 8 different topics, add them up out of 10 and then out of 80, and you're going to see where you sit. So just take a couple of minutes. Where do you see yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 for inviting people to an event, or inviting people to take a look, or maybe mainly around inviting people to take a look at Healy, presenting, which is your story, follow up. Just take a quick minute and add all those up. Let's get a bit of awareness for where you guys are at right now. So what you want to be doing, guys, is out of 80, give me a number out of 80. So you add them all up. Where are you sitting out of 80? Perfect. Yep, 24. Perfect. So keep this number in mind, keep this on your pen and paper, like on your notebook, and check in with this every week, every month. It's a great way to review where you're at with these skills. And the cool thing is that if you don't, wherever you're at in those areas, you can go back to the trainings to help you boost your, boost those numbers to ideally be, a 7 and above. You want to be a 7 and above in each of these areas to feel really competent. You don't have to be a 10 out of 10, but ideally, over the next 6 to 12 months practicing this, that would be my goal for you, is that you guys actually have a higher number on each of these areas. So perfect, guys. Thanks for sharing that. That's really important. So today we're going to go through promoting events. Promoting events is what this is all about now. What have I got here? Why are events so powerful? I'd love to ask this to you guys before I share what I've got. So when looking at sharing Healy, when bringing someone to an event, or whether it's an online event even, why are these events so powerful? Can I get a couple of shares in the comments? Or if someone wants to open up their chat, that'd be awesome too. But why are events so powerful for educating people on Healy? This is awesome. Thanks, guys. So yeah, very engaging. That's very true. Yes, they get the message out there, definitely. Social proof, yeah, seeing other people's results. It's duplicatable. It's a skill that most people can understand. It's a community aspect. It's credibility, community. Yes, this is all correct, guys. This is awesome. People meet real people and hear real stories, real life stories, experiences. Community, connections, social proof. Yes, because they show the expert who know more about it. Oh, because there's an expert there showing them and it will help them educate them. Yep. Community, team, connection, rapport. They can feel the energy. Yes. So all these are correct. This is exactly why events are so powerful. They are by far, as I mentioned before, the number one highest paying skill in this industry, in this business. So here are a couple of notes. If you want to take notes on these, they tell a story that no other experience could match. You know, whether it's a 1 hour presentation or a half-day presentation or a full day or a 2-day event, people are getting an experience that is going to add to their belief and their story and give them an experience they can't experience. You can't, even online, it's just not the same. We know this. Social proof, the ultimate third-party experience, hearing other people's health results, business results, just having those conversations with people, like that's the best, right? Building belief in the 5 areas. So events build belief in the 5 areas. If you don't know what the 5 beliefs are, please write these down. It's product, company, compensation plan, industry, and you or themselves, yeah? It also strengthens relationships. It builds leaders. I know that these events that I've ever gone to, even outside of network marketing, just like personal development events, I've made a decision at the end of these events. It's like, I'm gonna set my vision and dreams higher than ever before, and I'm gonna hold myself to a higher standard every time I go to these events. So that's what it's actually allowing all of us as leaders to come together and go, okay, cool, we can do this. It builds our own belief and gets us inspired for a bigger vision. It ignites dreams again. That's what I love about events. You know, even the little community events that I did, broth night, and I would cook bone broth and veggie stew, had nothing to do with Healy, and we'd had sound healing, we had meditation, we did, ecstatic dance and stuff. This was way before COVID. I used to have, it started with 9 friends in my garage playing pool and eating some broth. And then over a 1.5, 2-year period, it grew to like 80 to 120 people rocked up to one of my events once in Sydney. It was so much fun. And sober event, everyone's high on life. And it's those events, people coming up to me saying that event was amazing, better than any alcohol party I've ever been to. I was sober and I was high on life. And so that energy changes people. And that really started a whole movement within Sydney of a lot more people open to conscious events where they didn't have to have alcohol and they were open to, enjoying life without alcohol. And so we then also integrated Healy into that when Healy came around, and that was a beautiful way of saying, hey guys, you want a free aura scan? And it was just an organic share. And so if you can think of any events that you love that you want to host, this is the perfect opportunity, right? We need community more than ever with where the world's going, and maybe Facebook and social media might not be around. And so uniting through the campfire effect, is what Brandon calls it, is so important. We've been here in Tasmania a week now, having fires every single night, having discussions, having chats. It's just so healing. And so we can all create that, and we can all be as excited as this guy. All right, so what I want to share with you guys are the 5 beliefs. Just trying to make sure this is protecting the wind here. Okay. So the 5 belief systems, these are the 5 beliefs. So you might want to write this down. Product. Now, for me, what builds my belief in the product is seeing results, right? The testimonial group or when I scan people, their experience with the Healy, that builds my belief, right? Or me using the Healy and finding it's helping my pain or helping my anxiety or helping me with my communication with myself, my partner, that builds my belief. And so it's all about helping strengthen belief, and events can be one of the best ways at strengthening someone's belief in the product. We've got the company, so understanding more about Marcus, the company, the history, where it came from. You understand a lot of that at corporate events. We usually do a bit of a compensation plan training there as well, so you get more of an understanding. So we always build our belief there as well. or even just the industry of network marketing. A lot of people have stigmas around how network marketing shouldn't be done, but when done correctly, it's a very honorable, professional, high vibe business model. And so coming to events can help shatter the limiting beliefs around the industry of network marketing and strengthen new empowering beliefs around network marketing. And also coming to events strengthens our own belief in ourselves, right? We see other people sharing or doing well with the product or doing well with the business, and we see other people's results, and it gives me belief. I'm like, oh my gosh, like these people are doing it too. I'm not the only crazy one, right? I'm feeling more kind of connected to a community. And so hopefully you guys feel that when you jump on these calls. We've got a great community here every single Monday, this same link, this same time, same similar training from me, and then Brandon at same time, same link, Friday, Sydney time. So what's the purpose of events? The purpose of the event, in my eyes, is to create an immersive environment to build the 5 areas of belief. Many years ago, I did a course, entrepreneurial course over, I think it was 10 weeks. Every week we sat and we discussed entrepreneurship and what it meant. It was based on Michael Gerber's the E-Myth Revisited. Spoke about the different hats of business and what's needed and vision and what's expected as an entrepreneur. And my vision there was to create an environment to stimulate people's success for health mainly. And that's why I started doing my health events. That's why I started doing the broth night events, because community is more empowering than our own mindset. We do more for other people, and that social accountability, when we're hanging around other healthy people, it empowers us. And I realized the quickest way to become healthy was to hang out with other people that were healthy. The quickest way to become depressed was to hang out with other people who were depressed. And so I was like, I want to create a community and an environment to build people's value of themselves for their own health, and to show them how easy it is to stay healthy with simple cooking, and without alcohol we can have fun. So what is that environment that you guys want to create? It doesn't even have to be Healy related. It's like, what is that message, your voice, that experience, that environment you want to give the world? And we can start creating this in our own living room, in our backyard, like at the park. There's no excuses. So that's really, for me, that's what the events are all around, is creating an immersive experience where people believe in the 5 areas that I just mentioned to you. So the types of events that there's big corporate events. Now, Healy hasn't, during COVID, haven't been traveling around the world. A lot of us won the German trip last year. I think there was like a few month period where we actually won tickets and flights and accommodation to Germany. I think it was Berlin, to go to the corporate event, but because of COVID, we can't do that. So they'll probably be finding another event or some kind of incentive. But the best experience that I've ever had in this industry are going to these corporate events. I remember with my last company, I traveled to America 3 years in a row from Australia, traveled to San Diego twice and Palm Springs once, meeting, there was like 5,000 people there, or 8,000 people there, all high on life for the same reason. And I was like, wow, right? I felt my tribe. I felt my community. I was like, I found my people. And so going to these big events, those are the best. A lot of the people in America, I said to Tony, do your best. Get to these events, take your team, and I think they've made an impact. Are you there, Tony?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, brother. How are you?
How's it going?
Good. I'd love to know, like, we haven't planned to do this, but what did you find? Like, remember we had that chat maybe a couple of months ago, and I was like, hey, like, try to get to these events and try and ask, inspire as many people to get to these events. Was it worthwhile? And what did you get out of these events in the US? For those who don't know, there was a US roadshow, and Tony's one of the big leaders in America, and he traveled. I think he traveled really far to kind of get to it, right?
Yeah, it wasn't too far, but it was a little bit of a trip. Basically, before, like, I was doing really well and helping others and getting the Healy in a lot of hands. Then I changed my intention to start attracting other people and leaders who want to start sharing Healy. And I'm pretty good at manifesting that. So I created a lot of other people that were interested in that, and invited them to come with me to the roadshow. Just being there and seeing who's behind the Healy and hearing testimonials and all of that in the presence of these people that are creating this technology, and the doctors and the nurses and all of that really inspired us. And it also kind of amped us up on what's to come with Healy. So it was a really awesome experience.
That's awesome. And I know that after that, you connected me with your growing awesome team. And yeah, I've seen like a really big shift in you and your team. And it's seriously the most exciting part of this is the community for me. You know, I said that in the beginning. It's like the most coolest thing is that all these amazing people, you guys included here, are all superheroes in your own life doing incredible things. And we're now all coming together for a common vision with this, you know, device, Healy, that is just, you know, is the glue. It's like the honey pot. And so it's cool to really come together because collaboration is really what's going to bring us out of whatever we're going through right now. Anything else you wanted to share on the events, Tony?
It was just basically how they explained it and certain things that you could take from the event that you can then implement in how you share the Healy, you know? So everyone else has their own spin on how they present this and how frequencies help us in all these different ways. And so it was good to take notes and kind of learn how to present that to others.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Awesome.
Love you, brother.
Yeah, love you too, man. Can't wait to catch up in person. One day, we'll have to learn how to like time travel, like teleport or something. So let's jump back into the training. Okay, so that would be considered a regional event, right? How many people were at that event, Tony?
I don't even know. There was just with me or total?
No, like total at that event.
There was probably close to 100 or more. I don't know. It was a pretty big place, so.
Got it.
There was probably more than that.
100 people. That's nothing. That's so good. But so that would be considered a regional event. I guess when there's like a global convention, that would be another, you know, that would be even bigger again. And then it gets a little bit smaller where it's like the monthly events might be, you know, 50 people. You know, there was an event, there was a lady in Perth, my other company that I was a part of. She had never done network marketing before. She had an experience with the product. She got great results. And she started doing these events called Wellness Wednesdays. Her name's Peter Kelly. She's got an incredible book. She's built, you know, millions of dollars with network marketing, gone on to self-publish her own book, build a family, like most amazing story. If you ever want to check her out, Peter Kelly. And so she started this event on a Wednesday, every Wednesday. And it started with like 20 people in her living room. I think it was their friend's living room, sharing the vision of what Healy is, why they're excited. It was all these young people just like sharing what's up. And then over about a 6-month period, it grew to about 300 people every single Wednesday for this self-care Wellness Wednesdays. And that was like so inspiring to me. I had the privilege of going to one in Perth in Australia and seeing the energy in that room of all these people fired up for their vision and just totally like, you know, when some people, you can see people's, their light is switched off. And I was in a room where their light was switched on. Everyone was so supportive and just like so lovely. And I was like, wow, network marketing isn't some boring, you know, heavy thing. It can be done with friends. You can have so much fun doing it. I was like, I want to create that. And so I brought that event to Sydney. But that's, you know, we can all create this, whether it's a weekly event, whether it's a monthly event, we can do this. You know, it starts here with these trainings and we can reach so many people, and there's more of an power and an energy when we do it at home, you know, less online. But these are the options of types of events. So keep an eye out for these when they're coming, to really make the effort to come along to these events. As Tony said, you know, it gave him more excitement as to what's coming, more certainty, more belief, you know, in the product, more belief in the company, more belief in what he's doing. And what was that last one I put here? Oh, industry events. So Eric Warray, he's kind of the head trainer of network marketing in the world. He does a GoPro event where he gets the head of multiple leaders in other companies to one event every single year called GoPro, and it's online. You can see it on YouTube if you want to do some more learning. A lot of these notes are from his trainings on YouTube, and industry events can be a great way of building our belief. So just to recap, the one skill that pays out more than any other skill is promoting events. So I want to give you a bit of a concept, a matrix to think about this. Imagine you go to an event, right? And at the event, there's, say 100 people, like Tony went to. And every 4 months, usually, a lot of people come into this, and mostly, unfortunately, people come into anything in life, like a new health program, and will probably quit within 4 months. They'll probably quit in a very short period of time. And so imagine you went to this event and there were 100 people. Now in 4 months, the experts say that within 4 months, half of those people will quit. In 4 months, half of the people will quit. So those that don't come back in 4 months. So those that stick around and keep following these 8 skills that we've been training on and building their Healy business, after the 4 months, give or take, will probably be earning twice as much as those that had quit. And so over time, another 4 months goes past, and unfortunately people quit. People jump on board, people quit. This is just a cycle. It's just normal. And those that stick around will probably earn more or double those people. And as this goes on, people are going to be earning, those that stick around will be earning 8 times or 16 times or 32 times more than those that would have quit. And so over a 2-year period, sticking around, staying focused, we can be earning, what some can earn in a whole year, you can earn in a whole month in network marketing. That, within a short period of time, working the systems, putting a lot of work in. This has to do with our own skill, our own ability, our own commitment, our own hunger. And we can be earning, what doctors or lawyers or these high-end professions that take maybe 5 to 7 years to study, we can be earning with network marketing with no experience in network marketing. But if you have a heart and you have a desire, a big heart to help more people and have those uncomfortable conversations, there's so much on the table here, and so much impact and so much potential that we all have access to. That's what I love about this industry. At any skill set, any experience, any life experience, you can come into this, and if someone's open to it and hungry enough, they can do really well. And I say that's why I think network marketing is one of the most honorable industries in the world. It really is, when it's done right. So think about this. This is the formula when it comes to events. Think about this. For every person that you bring along to a big event, kind of what Tony's done to a big event, every person will create, because of their inspiration, they're wanting to share it, they're building a business as well, will create about $1,000 extra per year. So what that means is that the more people that you have to an event, and I think it's probably more than that with Healy because of how unique and the opportunity that we have. But let's do some math here. So you bring one person to a big event, it's about an extra $1,000 a year. You bring 10 people to an event, that's about a $10,000 boost in income per year. You bring 100 people, it's $100,000 extra. You bring 1,000 people to these events, that's a lot of people. That's about $1 million extra just from bringing people to events. So if there's one skill that you guys want to perfect, be the best at, it would be getting people to events, right? This energy, it's an energy game, and getting them in front of the beautiful energy of this community is number one. Let's do some more math really quick. I broke this down. So don't worry, you don't have to bring 1,000 people. Just ask and inspire 10 people to bring one person. Or 10 people to bring 10 people, it's 100. And we talk about, 20 people to bring 50 people, it's 1,000. Or 50 people to bring 20 people, it's 1,000. So depending on which way you want to do it, the math is there, it's leverage. 10 times 10 times 10, if you were going 10 times 10 times 10, that's also 1,000 as well. And so it's not just about who you know, it's who you know, who they know. Did I put it that way? Yeah, it's not just who we know. You might meet someone who has a massive network, and that's That's really good. And you really only need a couple of people who have good networks on your team. But the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack as well. So the speed of you showing up, committing, will give your team confidence and certainty that, oh my gosh, my sponsor's really putting a lot of energy in. I want to be a part of that. It builds energy and builds momentum. If you hear some people enrolling people and just leaving them, not looking after them, or not really helping or doing anything community-wise, and they're kind of left in the shadows. And so a lot of people reach out to me and say, hey, can I get plugged into the training? Can I do this? And I say, absolutely. These are the links. These are the websites. Get plugged in. And so it's just a reminder to really support your team. Here's some core concepts to keep in mind. So the core concept is around your belief. So your belief that this event will change their life equals number one. So if we don't have a belief that what we're sharing, if we don't think that will change their life, they feel that. So it's about our own what's it called? Coherence, or our own alignment to that belief. We have to believe that. What also helps is to share our own vision, story, and why we are so excited. That's most influential. Don't try and be an expert on the science. Don't be an expert on the compensation plan. What's most influential is our vision, our story, and why we are excited. And we said before, those that are excited the most win. To become a world-class promoter equals repetition and practice. This is going to take time, right? ABP, always be promoting. You guys are probably sick and tired of all the notifications in the groups and whatnot. But that's just how it is with social media, these notifications in different groups. If you've got too many groups going, just join one or two and keep it simple, or put it into your diary, and don't jump on social media. These are always the same time every week. Being a problem solver, because a lot of people, will have a lot of excuses around why they can't come to an event. So being a problem solver and seeing if they're open to solving this problem, because some people, might not have the money, might not have the time. But here's the thing, why people can't attend. I love to ask this question to you guys, get a little bit of engagement. So why can't people attend events? Whoops. Oh no. There we go. Why can't people attend events? What are some reasons? Yeah, congruence. That's the one, Margareta. Thank you. Yeah, congruence. That was the word. So there's why people can't attend events is from work. They've got too much work on. They're too busy. What are some other reasons people can't attend events? Maybe they're not healthy. Maybe they forgot. Yes. What are some of the reasons why they can't attend events? Maybe they don't like events. Maybe they don't like people, right? So here's a couple of reasons. No interest. Yep. So why people can't attend? They're busy. It's family stuff, work stuff, spouse stuff, money stuff, children stuff, health stuff. They don't like crowds. They don't like traveling, time, etc. So they're skeptical. Perfect. So what do we do when people say that, I'm too busy, or like I've got a family thing on, or I've got, I don't have any money, or, I'm not healthy enough, or I don't like crowds? What do you say? What do you do? Because these are going to come up, right, when we're inviting people. So why people must attend. Let's look at why people must attend. When looking at the upside of coming to an event, what do we have? The upside would be it creates more time. The upside, it allows people to help more of their family. The upside is that they can actually create a secondary source of income and work less, so they're less stressed. The upside, why they must attend events, is because they can help their family or their spouse. Why they must attend is that it will create more income. Why they must attend is that they will have more income to help their family and children. Why they must attend is because they'll meet other healthy people, and this will inspire them to create another level of change. Why they should attend is because crowds are great. So what I'm trying to say here, guys, is that the reason that they can't attend is the reason they probably should and must attend. Now, it depends on the level of relationship we have with the people that we're chatting with, someone that we care about, someone that we love. If we have a connection with someone, we know what their goals are, and they're giving us excuses of, I'm too busy, I don't have time, this and that, I don't have money. That's okay. Like, love them for where they're at, but also have that conscious conversation around, this might also be a solution for you to bring you out of that challenge. So how do you handle this? There's a 4 steps to handling objections. We went through this on 2 trainings ago. The first step is to listen, don't interrupt. Second step is to relate, right? Share that if it is a relevant story for you, how you have also gone through that. Saying stuff like, I understand, I get it, right? I had the same experience, that happened to me too. Telling stories, your story or other people's stories of people who have, come along. Like I've just shared Tony's story, right? That's me sharing a story on how it's impacted Tony and his team now. And if he's consistent with that, every 4 months with the new events that are going to be coming up and online, he's going to be jumping, and his income level are going to be jumping many different brackets. So health story, we went through the health story template in, I think it was week 2 or 3. We also, and then also asking questions like, if I was to show you a way where you could create more time, or if I was to show you a way where you could create more health through coming to this event, would you like to come? If I showed you something, if I gave you this, would you want to come along to the event? So giving someone that formula is a really, really nice way of being professional and taking them through that journey. Yo.
I think that like testimonials are really, really powerful. And the more people you're out there scanning and sending frequencies to and allowing them to experience it, the more you attract, So for me, that's been huge in growing my team and helping so many different people. I just do it for free, and I'm out here scanning people daily. As you know, I hang out at the local kava bar. It's just getting it out there. And once you start scanning people, it's pretty much proved itself. So, yeah, I just love it. I'm connecting with people that are connected with like life coaches and psychologists and people that are going to be using it in their business. And then they reach. So just living through all of this with passion and from the heart, and seeing how you can help people, not really focusing on the money per se, but that comes when you're working from that space. So
perfectly said. Love it. Thanks, man. And exactly what Margareta said as well, is they have to want to solve the problem. Our job is to identify that challenge, the hurdle, that problem, and to sell the event according to their priorities, because these events can hold a lot of value. And hey, Tony, do you wish that you had more people at that event when you went the other week?
Say again?
Knowing what you know now about the event that you went to with 100 people, do you wish that you had more people along?
Yeah, definitely. I had some people kind of bail out last minute, and I didn't know what I was getting into, but it's definitely a big, like it amplifies and kind of puts people on that trajectory to want to share it more too. So.
Yeah, awesome. So it's kind of tricky. It's like you have to borrow, it's great that you listened, you took my advice and you took some people along, and, sometimes you might just need to borrow that belief. And the events, like when Brandon and I were traveling around Australia, even if it was like 2 people in the room or like 1 person, it was still, so you leave the event going, I'm so glad I went to that, right? It's so empowering, and it's that contribution. It's such a fulfilling aspect of what we do. So yeah, I'll jump back into this. So I just posted in there a video which is all around objection handling. If anyone wants more insight, that's a really good video by Eric Warre. He talks you through this process, and I can't say that I'm an expert with it just yet. A lot of the people that I share Healy with, I just say to them, I say, hey, look, I don't want to waste your time. My time's really precious as well. If you research all this and I share with you everything, and you don't like Healy and you just want to say no, just be truthful and upfront with me that it's no. And if it's a yes, just, be straight up with me. I want to respect your time and mine. And usually that gives a very kind of easy way of just having clear communication. And anything they share with me, hey, I'm really busy right now, or hey, I don't have the time, I'm moving house, I totally understand it. And then it gives me an opportunity to check in with them in a month or 2 or something like that. So staying in relationships is really important. Don't try to convince anyone, don't be pushy, just really listen. So The only reason we don't have the things that we want in life is because of the BS story telling us that we're telling ourselves. So I think Tony Robbins says this, but it's the stories, and BS abbreviated as belief systems. So the belief systems that we have convinced ourselves through programming, through online, through parents, through television, as to, or just what we keep telling ourselves, the story that we say to ourselves, if we're good enough, if we're enough, if we're shit, if we're not worthy, if we're not lovable, or I'm poor, I'm rich. These are belief systems that the only person that can shift those are ourselves. And we started this training 7 weeks ago with the foundations, and I said, to change anything in life, we need a shift in our mindset. And this is all around focusing on our mindset. What are those belief systems that are holding you back right now? If you're feeling resistance in your body and you're like, I can't do this, just write it out. And, we can have a chat about it at another time, or, actually use the Healy and say, hey, I'm going through this challenge right now. I want to shift it. And you can actually run the Healy programs to shift that as well. So what a better environment to have our story transform, but within this community. There's so many empowering, celebratory people. But yeah, really taking a look at what belief systems we have, even around sales, looking at, I don't like to be a salesperson. We change it to being a consultant and asking more questions. I don't like being a salesperson at all, but I like being an investigator, a guide, a mentor to kind of ask questions and pinpoint the answers and to guide people. That's more empowering for me, but that's my own language around it, my own story. And so the more that we can shift our stories out of limiting into empowering, the quicker we can have what we want. So the key is to not buy other people's stories as well, whether it's negative reviews, whether it's people with tech issues, things like this. That's just their experience. And it's fascinating over the last 16, 17 months doing Healy, knowing that, some people are so fortunate with technology and have no issues, and some people have a lot of issues and a lot of tech issues and a lot of challenges time after time. And getting to know these people and chatting to them, sometimes it's their belief system, their own story, that I'm not good at technology, this is why it's happening to me. I'm not good at business, I can't do that on social media. It's what we're telling ourselves that's then reflecting, and life will show us, will never make us wrong. Life and experiences will gravitate to us to reflect our beliefs. So if you have, challenging experiences reflected back to you, how are you attracting that? We are 100% responsible for everything in our life. Well, my belief is that we're responsible for everything in and not in our life. And it's the stories that we tell ourselves and what we believe will reflect that back to us. And, this is why I believe in scripting, writing out your goals, journaling, and actually saying to yourself, I'm so happy and grateful for these amazing leaders on my team. They're so powerful, they're influential. I love having, I spend so much time with them, and we have a laugh all the time. And, we're creating this freedom lifestyle. Scripting your existence of what you want your life to be into existence before it's happening is like the ultimate manifestation process. If we want it to happen in the physical, doesn't it make sense to at least write it on a piece of paper? Start creating your own spells, And so spelling, words, language, vibration, energy, this is all linked. And we can co-create our own experience through shifting our own stories. And if you keep connecting with people that don't have the money, maybe there's a belief system inside of you that is, I don't have the money, or I don't believe that the value is there. So it's about shifting our own beliefs and stories, and not believing other people's stories. That's going to be really, really beneficial moving forward. There's so many people, my family, it's unfortunate. Some people that I know have, listened to the news, and that story of what's happening is creating their experience. And so be very cautious on what we're letting into our mind every single day, whether it's subconscious on a radio or the ads on a television, or the news in the background, they literally program our mind. So the key is to empower them to create and to tell themselves a brand new story. We're all here storytellers. This is the most amazing, inspiring skill of all, is storytelling. And if we can empower other people to shift their thinking into a more empowering and authentic story, what an amazing thing that is. Because a lot of people are telling them stories that are limiting, that are maybe not serving them. So yeah, anyway, that's the excitement that I want to give everyone. Woohoo! This is the power that we have inside of us, to celebrate, jump into nature. This is Chantel here. This is what we we took a photo the other day. No, I'm just kidding. It's not Chantel, but this is us. This is a beautiful graphic. So, oops, here we go. So just a couple of tips and we'll wrap this up. Decide to be the best within your organization at promoting events. Just decide that that's what you want to do. We want to set goals and help your team set goals around getting to events, hosting webinars. Let's help people start sharing to more people. Commitment to all events and online and offline. So my vision, I've said this from the beginning, is 10 years with Healy. I want to be here for 10 years through tough and not so tough. I want to be sticking this out. I've put all my eggs in one basket. You know, I do some other stuff, but it's like I'm giving this all for the first time in my life. I'm not juggling multiple jobs and multiple businesses. I'm going all in with this. And, you know, that's my commitment to myself. So what is your commitment? Maybe you have a 2-year commitment or a 5-year commitment or a 10-year commitment too. And so I'm 1 year in, I'm 9 years to go, or 8.5, you know? And so what I ask you guys is if you're really wanting to show up here, if you really want to get the most out of what we're doing every single Monday and Friday, 11 a.m. Brisbane, Sydney time, is this link, this time, every single week. Invite your team, jump on, and you know, start really working this, because the hardest part of this industry is to go slow and to just kind of go, you know, part-time. Those that jump across the line and go all in really quickly and get some results, you'll build your belief really quickly. If you find it's hard and you're going slow, that's just the speed thing. So speed in this can really help you get results a lot quicker. And your commitment jumping onto these calls will help us to know who's wanting to play and to work with us, because we can't work with everyone in our team. We can only work with those that are swimming towards us. So if you're swimming towards us, we want to work with you guys. We're not going to be like, hey, knock on your door, say, hey, do you want to do this? We're not forcing or convincing anyone. Expectations, right? The expectation is, yeah, there's trainings every single week. There's calls every single week where you can invite people on to learn about Healy. There's events that you can run. There's trainings. If you guys call yourself leaders, jump into this, right? If you're on the fence of being a leader, jump into this. And the expectation is that we can only work with those who are wanting to swim towards us. And I'd love to just type in here in the chat if anyone wants to book in a call with me throughout this week. If anyone wants to book in a call one-on-one just for 15 minutes, just let me know. We'll jump on a call. I want to help every single one of you. I'll make time for it. And there's just, yeah, I want to give you that support. So there's groups and also one-on-one support here. Please just book through my link here in the chat. Sure, Nancy, jump in. Celebrate. So the other key to this as well is looking at the people in the team to celebrate the leaders and to create a culture of recognition. We want to create incentives as well. There's not enough. There's a few incentives at the moment within Healy. There's a new promotion. I'll go through that in a second. And in the new compensation plan, there's way more incentives for building a business early as well and long term. The idea would be to also create campaigns, some tips. Create a campaign with your team. Here's some graphics. Let's promote this. We're going to do a 4-week sprint or a 6-week sprint. And the person who can scan the most people wins. You know, they win a prize or a float tank or a massage or something. Like, let's brainstorm some ideas. If you guys have any ideas you want to share them with me, please let me know as well, or other ideas on celebrating the team. And also assignments, you know, like Andrea and Nancy, Nadia and Andrea and Nadia. We did a webinar together. They wanted to do webinars, so I jumped on the first 2 webinars with them. I helped them with their story and helped them with the slides. And after 2 weeks, so I gave them the assignment, go away, do the presentation, put your stories, your photos in, and then I'll jump on the presentations with you for the first 2 weeks to build your belief. So after 2 weeks, they were like, this is easy. They're getting 20 people every single week on these calls. So they're like, oh, I can do that. And they started doing them. I think they're doing them every single week, sharing through Facebook event to a webinar on Zoom, really easy. And they're sharing their story. And also there's a few other people in the team who are inviting people onto a Zoom once a week where they're doing group scans, and you can actually share Nadine, that's it. Yeah, Nadine. So hopefully you guys are, yeah, awesome. You guys are doing every single week. That's perfect. So I'd love to know, Nadine or Andrea, how have those events helped you within your own business and within your own belief in your own ability to do this? How have those, that was maybe like 6 weeks ago. Looking back on it, how has that helped you and your business?
Hi, Zach. Sorry, I can't be on video. Sorry about that, everyone. But for me personally, it's helped me to be more confident in just telling my story and telling, just sharing testimonials. I think that's really powerful. And for our webinars and for our area, like in Malaysia, right? So it's really helpful because every week we come up with different variations of, whatever's on the slides. But yeah, it's been really quite helpful for building my confidence. Not sure about Andrea, but I'm sure it's, you want to share, Andrea?
And this is great. So in the beginning, did you feel a little bit nervous around doing your first webinar?
Yeah, definitely. We've come a long way though, thanks to you a lot. And yeah, just always being there and always committing to doing it. It's just built up our confidence, me specifically, but also Andrea, I think.
Yeah, hi, I just had to walk out of the room because my husband is meditating there. Yeah, as Nadine said, it's incredible. If anybody told me 6 months ago that, hey, Andrea, you will be doing public webinars about Healy, I was like, what the heck? But anyway, yeah, I took the leap of faith, and before the first webinar, I just couldn't sleep the whole night. But then we did it and we shared it and we did a couple of weeks and then we switched. And the last one, we are just able to cover, both of us can cover the whole thing. So if anything happens, like a technical glitch or someone doesn't have a internet, then we both can cover the whole webinar.
Thank you. And so I just want to also ask you, has doing the webinar every single week helped your confidence in yourself to share Healy one-on-one with people?
Yeah, absolutely. But right now we can't really share one-on-one because there's a strict lockdown in Malaysia, but definitely
or just on like your own scans, or when calling people or chatting to people, it's build your belief.
Yes, 100%.
Awesome. Yeah, so like the same with me. That's why I commit to doing a webinar every single week. Not many people jump onto my webinar, but that's okay. It's just my own commitment to myself. I figure out new ways of communicating Healy, and it holds, it's just a great platform, and for you to invite your team. So if anyone's out there right now and you're like, hey, I'm nervous, I want to kind of do that webinar thing in maybe a couple of weeks, still reach out to me and be like, let's do it. Team up with one of the people in your team and come to me and I'll show you all the systems. I'll jump on the first couple of webinars and we can rock it. And then the next part is like tweaking it. As Andrea said, it's like you're getting better, you're finding a new way of sharing it, and you're becoming more confident. And that's who we become in this process. That confidence ripples into every single other area of life. Which I love. Thanks for sharing. Do you guys want to share anything else about the webinars? Any tips?
Well, we found out that a lot of time the participants are actually members, and we don't really see a lot of new ones. So we are trying to figure out why that is happening and how to solve it. So if you have any ideas or suggestions on that, we'll be happy to hear.
Yeah, I kind of find that probably like for our team, and when we're on these webinars, they come on and they just kind of listen to us, just like how we get on to your webinars, Zach, and just listen. We know everything, obviously, but every time we hear it, we hear something new. And so that gives like the leaders in our team kind of like, perhaps, hopefully, kind of confidence for them to share with their prospects or their friends. So that's what I found. And I like, but yeah, so we're just like, okay, wait, everybody's coming on the webinar. A lot of them are actually mostly non-prospects, but I think there is a kind of ripple effect there that they can benefit from as well.
Yeah, totally. Like, I think that the good thing about that is that it's helping build their belief. you know, they're still educating themselves. And, you know, you're at a point now, like I'm on these calls inviting the team, you know, I'm not out there trying to hunt people down to do these webinars. You guys reached out to me. And so just extending that invitation and, you know, leading by example, and people are going to be, you know, keep leading people and showing them the systems and tools. So, yeah. And then obviously this call or this discussion around how do you promote an event? There's so many ways. At the moment, I think this month is Migraine Awareness Week. Migraine Awareness Week. And so why don't we do a webinar or an event on migraine, how to help migraines, because there's Healy programs for that, right? And so I'm sure there's groups out there and communities out there or organizations that struggle or help people with migraines. And so the Healy, that's one of the 120 different programs. That's a niche. Maybe you guys could start creating a niche webinar and actually focusing just on, because now you shared everything to do with Healy. And when we don't have a niche, if we want to help everyone, which we all want to do, we can't help anyone because there's just the message is too spread out, you know? And so those that really help people in any business is a niche. You focus on specifics, and specificity is the magnet. And so maybe create a webinar around migraines for this month, Migraine Awareness Month. And then next month is around sleep. And the month after that is, you know, and then you could niche each month, have stories from the team to build their belief on those who are in the team. Hey guys, this month we're doing stories on sleep. I'm just creating this as we go. I think it's a great idea. Hopefully someone's writing this down. That month, those that have a sleep testimonial, they jump on the webinar every single week. And then we do the third month, we talk about fitness or health, you know, fitness and weight loss or something. And there's programs for that. And we get all the people that have had a fitness transformation. Can someone write that down and message me that? That's I think that'll be a fun idea to build culture, community, bringing people who might not, you know, you guys are out there, a lot of you guys jump on every single week, you might not share, but maybe this is your opportunity to share, you know? So let's brainstorm some topics that we're excited by naturally, and maybe reach out to the team and say, hey, these are the top 5 topics for the next 5 months. We're going to run a webinar on migraines, or on the pain and migraine programs, the fitness, the sleep, the meridians, and the protection programs. Who has stories in those areas? And then we create like a group of people in each area that can come and share. So anyway, and then targeting specifics. So, you know, there's organizations out there for anxiety or sleep. You know, there's sleep apnea groups or mold groups, you know, on social media. There's like so many people. It's just about being specific, I think. Yeah. What a fun adventure this is. Everyone say, this is easy, this is simple, this is fun. This is easy, this is simple, this is fun. Thanks for sharing, ladies. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm just going to wrap this up, and we'll just jump off. But yeah, just a reminder, this is easy, this is simple, this is fun. Yeah. I love that belief. Whenever anything gets too hectic or heavy, I just say that. So, all right. These are some tips. Decide to be the best in the organization. Set goals, commit to every single event, showing up regardless of if you have anyone or not. Tomorrow night is Tuesday. Every single week in Australia time, we have an event, an online event. Jump on, learn, invite people. Expectations. You know, I really just want to cement that those who really want to show up and swim towards us, we can help you guys, right? If you're struggling, if you're going through stuff, don't struggle in silence. Reach out to me, book in with my link. Celebrate the leaders, celebrate in recognition. You know, it's so important. Babies cry for recognition. Grown men die, or humans die for recognition. So incentives, campaigns, maybe that's the new campaign with the webinars. Every month we choose a topic. We all collaborate with the stories. Love that. Assignments, setting you guys assignments. So the assignment this week is to brainstorm some ways on promoting events. What are some creative, interesting, exciting ways on promoting the upcoming events? You know, whether it's Migraine Awareness Week or month or Sleep Month. You know, these are really cool. So a couple of things I want to share with you guys. The 90-day game plan. For those of you who want structure and a bit more order in this website, I'll post it in here in a second under 90-day game plan. Printing out the weekly checklist is a great way to stay accountable to yourself. and your accountability buddy. If you don't have an accountability buddy, please reach out to someone in the groups. There's definitely someone out there who's wanting to run with you. Now the promotions at the moment is a Healy double fast start cash promotion. So there's double incentives. There's double the amount of bonuses that you get for enrolling new people, brand new people. And then this is the final upgrade promotion. The final, I'm so glad to say that it's actually the final upgrade promotion because it's been going on for a long time. So just a recap, what did we cover? Skill 7, promoting events, why the events are so important. We spoke about it builds community, it builds leaders, it builds people's beliefs. We spoke about the 5 belief systems, which were product, company, compensation plan, company, product, compensation plan, network marketing, and ourselves, the 5 belief systems, the types of events, the best events, you know, all of them, just belly to belly in person with people. Create your own event if you haven't. Those that win are those that stay consistent and keep showing up long term, like with anything, right? This isn't a get rich quick thing. This is a get rich sustainably and long term concept through hard work and teamwork, right? Community. This is going to bring people together more than ever. Let's do some math. So we spoke about by bringing 10 people to an event, we're creating around $1,000, give or take $1,000 per year per person that we bring along to these big events. So if there's one skill out of all the 8 skills that we've gone, or 7 skills that we've gone through so far, this could be the most number one, like the most important skill for you, is inviting people to events. Why people cannot attend, we flipped that on their head and went, the reason you cannot attend is because the reason you should attend is the reason you think you cannot attend. And their belief system, what they're telling themselves, they don't have enough time, not enough money, creating a win-win solution through problem solving to actually help them, inspire them to jump on. And now we don't have events in person, so anyone can jump on and even look at the recordings, right? It's easy. So we've got all the tips there as well. So lastly, I'm just going to give you guys the team website. For those who don't know what this is an incredible website my partner Chantel Frankie created for us. So it has, I'm just going to go through it now. So at the top here, if you haven't seen this, please save this. Please go through it. Please share it with all your team. Please, when you enroll someone, jump on a Zoom and do a game plan or a genius call with them and show them all the systems, plug them in, and you know, get them, you know, share your vision. But on this website, we have product training, business training, and then vision training. So under the 90-day game plan, I also highly recommend, so there's a few steps here. The weekly checklist. Sorry, there's just so much stuff here. I just don't know which one to start with. This is the weekly checklist. You just go in here and go print, and then you can print 4 out. Every week you're measuring your own results, staying structured. I find within structure, it creates freedom. There's no confusion for me, and I get more done when I follow a system. This is also scheduling your own time, the non-negotiables, family, friends, spiritual connection, as well as the aspects of building this as a team. Checking in each week. What are you proud of? What could you have done better? What would you do differently? This is all around self-reviewing. And then, just trying to click. The next part of this, if you go down here, is the 5 steps to create your first 1,000 euros. So Kulain and Gaz, who are brand new members to the team, we went through this week. I just sat with them. We went through a Zoom. They wrote out these 5 steps, creating a story, creating a list, creating the approach. And Gaz did a post, and he had like 25 people. Gaz, are you there, Gary? No, it might not be there. Yeah. Do you want to jump off mute, man? You want to share with us what you did with that post and how awesome it was?
Yeah, I had a feeling that I'd have a few people that would be interested, and quite a few people were interested. And it was just pretty simple, really. It was just anyone out there interested in healing and chakra scared.
So yeah, he just typed into one of his posts, "Hey guys, who wants an energy, chakra, trauma scan?" And you had like 25 people. The best time to post it, in my opinion, is Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. Usually Fridays and Saturdays, people aren't online, but I think you post it during the week around 7 o'clock at night. People are home on their phone, and you had like 25, 30 people say yes. So he's now created a Calendly link, and hopefully he's sending the Calendly link to everyone, Gaz, booking that in, and then I'll jump on those scans with him and help. So it won't be, because Gaz is brand new. Healy just arrived after like 4 days, and he's like, what do I do? So Gaz, I'm going to jump on all those scans with you this week. Hopefully we can book it out. You excited?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and a bit well, not really terrified, but I guess because I haven't really been playing around too much with scanning really, and so it would be a lot of observe and remember.
Yeah, let's jump on a call after this. I'll give you the next steps on how to get them plugged in. That's really exciting, man. It's awesome. Congrats. Whoop, whoop. Everyone say
Thank
congrats,
you.
Gaz. Congrats, Gaz. Whoop, whoop. Thanks, brother. So with this as well, the 21-day 10K challenge, this is an email sequence. If anyone puts their email in here, you'll also see an email once a day on leadership, communication, network marketing, stuff like that, entrepreneurship. So that's all in here for you and the team. So that's about a wrap, everybody. Does anyone have any questions before we totally finish? Alrighty, no questions. I'd love to do a quick little selfie or just a screenshot of everyone if everyone wants to put their camera on. I've got my Healy on here. I'm running the learning programs. Got my new coil on. I love these photos. I'm just going to do a quick screenshot. If you'd like to put your video on, up to you. And yeah, very cool. I'm usually that weird. I'm usually the weird guy at the front of the room doing the selfie at the end. Chantel's always like, you got to stop doing these selfies. Every photo is a selfie. So I haven't done selfies for a while, but this just brings back lots of memories. So I'm just going to do a quick grab of the whole screen. If everyone wants to put their Healy up, let's do a wave. 3, 2, 2. Say, yeah, baby. Okay, perfect. I know I'm cheesy. That's just me. Does anyone have any questions? Thanks for that. I'll post that in the 10K group.
Yeah, hey Zach.